Join me, five-time Paralympian Greg Westlake, as we journey across Canada to bring you incredible stories of how sport can heal, inspire, and bring communities together. This is Level Playing Field. Welcome back to the show. Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled episode as we dive into the captivating story of Tyler Turner. Tyler is a rare breed of athlete. Not only is he a world-class skydiver, but he is also one of the best snowboarders on the planet. He's an accomplished Paralympian and the first bilateral amputee to skydive using a wingsuit. Join us as we head to the scenic Comox Valley on Vancouver Island, the perfect haven for this adventure lover. Let's jump right in.
I've always had a screw loose. I don't know. It was like from the start, whether it was a trampoline, we didn't just jump on the trampoline, we went to the second floor of our house and jumped off into the trampoline, like put pillows around it. It's just how I am.
Tyler Turner's compulsion to push boundaries, as he does as a skydiver and a snowboarder, is something that is hardwired into his DNA. Tyler knows what he is, and so do the people who know him best.
I would describe Tyler as an adrenaline junkie for sure. Yeah, that's like pre-accident, post-accident. I would say he gets a dose of adrenaline on the daily, wherever he can get it from, for sure.
Tyler is for sure, if you want to call it an adrenaline junkie, he is.
Yeah, Tyler's definitely an adrenaline junkie. Well, I think when we first met, I called him that, and what's he call himself? He says adrenaline enthusiast or something. He has some other term for it.
Adrenaline junkies are hooked. They can't quit. I could quit tomorrow, and that's a lie.
Will you quit tomorrow?
Absolutely not. No. I mean, I lost 2 legs in an accident, and my first thing I did, I think it might have been the first thing I did outside of like wheelchair sports, was back to skydiving. I love it, and I don't blame it for anything. It's given me more than it's taken.
The accident Tyler is referring to happened in 2017 while he was working as a skydiving instructor on Vancouver Island.
Get out of the airplane, filming a tandem, doing their first tandem skydive. Great skydive, everything went awesome. Started flying home, and then I shut the GoPro off, and like, might just be poetic, but that's kind of where my memory ends too. Somewhere around that time. From there, I don't remember what happened with the accident, and I don't remember the next almost 2 months. Even that first year is really foggy.
What was pieced together is that despite his chute opening, Tyler landed hard, causing extensive injuries. He spent most of the first year in hospital, had both his legs amputated, and underwent a lengthy rehabilitation process supported by his family. He also built on an already budding relationship with Kayleen Vanderree.
We met about 3 months before his accident on Tinder, and he was kind of all over the place though. He was living between Revelstoke, Calgary, Victoria, Tofino, and I was like, who is this guy? He's just everywhere, and everything excited him, and it was a lot of fun. And then a couple months later, his accident kind of just totally changed everything, but we still had fun just like talking of all the things we wanted to do in the hospital room for 3 months.
One of the things Tyler told Kayleen and others he wanted to do was get back in the air as soon as possible.
After a few months, the skydivers were like, oh yeah, he's gonna skydive again. Whereas the non-skydivers are like, why you gotta do this? It's like, I have to. It's just, I had an accident, you know, you get in a car accident, you don't stop driving. As soon as you can drive again, you gotta get in your car and go, and you don't even think about it. Well, sure, to most people, skydiving is this absolutely insane, extreme thing. And there's some risk involved, for sure, but yeah, to me, there was no question. If I didn't skydive again, I was in trouble.
There was another sport Tyler felt he had to get back to for his mental well-being.
First time snowboarding was amazing. but it was the sport that took the longest to get into. And that was by design, because I knew sitting in the hospital room that it was gonna be the trickiest due to the impacts of the sport and just what it required of my body. And at that point, especially with pelvis, back, along with double amputated legs, it was so far in the future. Also, snowboarding is my life. Like, it's the biggest thing for me. So I wanted to make sure I didn't get into it too quick, and I knew it was the biggest potential for letdown, if that makes any sense. I really needed to snowboard again.
So that's exactly what he did.
I stand up, hold his hand, right away and I go like, dude, I'm good. I'm good. And literally, the board points downhill, I'm wide open riding, feeling comfortable, riding well, in extreme pain, like unexplainable pain, but like ripping my first time. We got, I don't know, down 3 pitches of the hill, pulled over, and I'm screaming in pain, but also screaming in excitement, because I'm like, I know this will go. There's just a lot of factors I have to figure out first.
And go it did. Though at first, Tyler was not thinking of a career in Para Snowboard Cross. He was just happy to have the sport and its community back in his life. In 2020, that changed. After a few conversations with Kindred Snowboard, Tyler was invited to see what the Paralympic sport had to offer.
That first camp, I got to ride snowboard cross, and it was jumps, speed, berms, excitement, it was racing, it was fast, it was adrenaline, and I was like, oh, I love it. This is wicked. So I was all in from that first camp, pretty much. That's what it took to get me hooked.
Working with Tyler, he's honestly one of our easiest athletes in many ways to work with. He came to para sport already as pretty much a pro snowboarder from the past. His brain knew exactly what to do. He just had to adapt to new legs.
As Mark Fawcett, technical coach for Kindred Snowboard, points out, Tyler demonstrated the essential skills for success in the sport right from the start. But Mark also noticed another characteristic in Tyler when he first joined the team.
Tyler definitely gets pulled in a lot of different directions with his emotions and his focus. The skydiving, the surfing, he gets a little bit of FOMO sometimes if a friend is had a really good surf day and yet we're on snow. But he's matured past that a little bit now, and he knows, I think first and foremost, he's a professional snowboarder. That's his #1 sport, and he schedules himself with his other sports around snowboarding. At first, that was definitely difficult. Any of us action sporters, most of us with some level of ADHD, we get FOMO super bad, and he's not immune to that.
Tyler's partner, Kayleen, remembers the switch well.
It was really cool seeing that transition of him oh, I don't even know if I want to race, to all of a sudden just charging down the hill, just coming out of nowhere for the rest of the competitors. So it's really neat to see him have a passion and be good at it too.
Good is an understatement. Less than a year after his first camp invite, Tyler established himself as one of the best, with 3 medals at the 2021 World Para Snow Sports Championships.
He's hyper-focused. He has no focus on consequences, which is really good. He focuses on that task at hand, and he has an ability to enter the flow state quite well.
Kindred Snowboard's been amazing. Took me in with open arms, and I got to progress quickly with them, and they've supported me like crazy. To be able to get involved with that program and people that had a good knowledge of prosthetics and how they work, snowboarding, I was able to take this mishmash of parts that I'd put together and be like, this is what I'm snowboarding on. And they're like, nope, no. Let's get you sorted. Let's get you on the right stuff. Let's get you set up the right way, because they had that knowledge and that experience. So it was just really exciting to be able to know that they were gonna help me get to that next level, help me just climb that ladder up to World Cup level, and then supported me with World Cup racing and just getting me to where I wanted to be.
Canada Snowboard wasn't the only organization to help Tyler make huge strides on the circuit. Later in the show, we see how a childhood friendship has led to a unique relationship with his board manufacturer and helped push Tyler to the pinnacle of his profession. But first, a break, then Sport Explained, where we learn about his favorite event, Para Snowboard Cross. Stay with us. Level Playing Field will be right back. Now back to Level Playing Field.
Sport Explained, Para Snowboard Cross. From the moment the starting gun blasts, it's a free-for-all in the sport of Para Snowboard Cross. Lined up on the top of a snowboard run, boarders rip down a hill using their momentum and technique to beat their competitors to the finish line. The key piece of equipment used for the sport is the snowboard, a rectangular board with rounded ends. Boards are highly customizable, but typically range from 135 centimeters to 165 centimeters in length and a minimum width of 14 to 16 centimeters. The rider's boots are bound to the board with bindings that allow them to control the board's direction on the hill with their legs and feet. The course, which is carved into a snow-covered mountainside, is filled with jumps, bumps, and banked corners that athletes must navigate while staying within the gates and the marked outline of the course. Para snowboarding is broken into 3 classifications. SBUL is for athletes with an impairment in one or both of their upper limbs. SBLL classes are for athletes with an impairment in one or two of their lower limbs. LL1 athletes have more activity limitations than their LL2 counterparts. All classifications compete standing. However, SBLL athletes use leg prosthetics in competition. Time plays a major factor in the sport, with athletes adorning a bib representing their seeding from qualifying or the previous heat they advanced from. The fastest athlete wears red and has their choice of one of the 4 gates at the start of the course, while the second fastest wears green, the third quickest puts on blue, and the 4th athlete to qualify wears yellow. On race day, the competition format is typically a time trial followed by a knockout tournament. Now you're ready to shred some pow.
Level Playing Field will be right back. Now back to Level Playing Field. Prior to 2020, Kindred Snowboards wasn't known for making racing boards. In fact, prior to Tyler Turner asking, they had never made one before. So it may have seemed like an odd union when the rising Para Snowboard star and small independent manufacturer joined forces, unless you know the history.
I'm lucky to have Kindred Snowboards. Evan and I have been good friends growing up, and we've done all sorts of wild stuff, competed snowboarding growing up, and then it just happens that he starts a snowboard company where he builds custom snowboards.
Evan Fair and his wife Angie Farquharson established Kindred Snowboards in their converted garage shop in the Comox Valley in 2013. For the most part, the couple splits the workload. Evan handles the construction, Angie handles the art design.
The tree.
Yes.
It's cool.
I drew that. I still have it in my sketchbook.
Together, they give Tyler an edge on the mountain.
To go grab a standard race board for able body, flex might be wrong, side cuts might be wrong, the whole thing. What I'm able to do with Ev is talk about how boards are feeling and then build one, go test it and say, you know what? What if we did this? Ev's gonna build another one. It's so incredible. That support is unprecedented, without a doubt.
Side of the core down? Yeah, or you're just getting the head to accommodate for the chicken.
So Ty's intensity is met with enthusiasm in Evan. They do get into the nitty-gritty. He brings videos, he'll videotape runs, and they sit on the couch or they'll put it up on the television and nitpick his stance or any coach feedback that they've had about the way that the boards are performing under him, and then we just build what he needs.
What I have with Kindred is kind of one of a kind with just how close our relationship is, how close we are in proximity, and my ability to come over, walk in the shop here and say, nah, that board didn't work, and for Evan Ange to step up and just let's do another one, let's change it, is so incredible. That's next year's potential race for it.
The couple's support doesn't stop with the boards. Tyler is quick to point out that the duo has been there for him in so many ways, including a place to stay whenever needed. They even hosted a watch party for Tyler's golden moment at the Beijing Paralympics in 2022.
Here we go. Keep your eye on Tyler Turner in red for Team Canada.
Like, I don't want to sound crazy, but I was like, he's gonna get a medal. It'll probably be a gold. There was kind of no question in our mind that, because he's so driven, and we knew that he had the ability to do so. He'd been doing really well all season, right? He got the Crystal Globe, he'd won a whole bunch of world championships, so it felt very possible. It didn't feel like we were living in dreamland. It felt like, you know, if he does everything he's capable of, then he's gonna take it home.
Tyler Turner, no one's challenging him for the #1 spot.
I came out of turn 4, and I never really looked back. I'm always just go, go, go. But I had troubles in that last section, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I have some space and I can relax. I look back, they're like, I mean, I'm 3 seconds ahead of them, which is an eternity. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna win. And my knees went jello. And the last berm and the final rhythm section, you can see me catch an edge, and I'm having this internal like, don't fall, don't give it away. This is like, you'll never sleep again. And so that was amazing. To come across the line, it was just like, oh, I knew I could win that medal, and it was just relief.
Tyler Turner, landing gear down, he grabs the gold.
It was just such an electric moment. Of course, I was crying and whatever, but the funny part, we just knew it would open so many doors for him in so many ways. It meant that we could go on this big sailboat trip together in a way that we actually wanted to do it, and it meant that he could keep going in this snowboard world, and he wants to do speaking. So it was really neat you're not only watching him get the medal, but all of a sudden you see his whole like world open up in a different way as well.
He fancies a place on the podium.
The gold Tyler won wasn't the only hardware he captured in Beijing. He also earned bronze in the Para Snowboard bank slalom event, further solidifying his place on top of the
He
mountain.
moves into the bronze medal situation with a 1:12.84 for Canada's Tyler Turner.
And the medal haul definitely has opened the doors Kayleen mentioned. The couple spent 7 months sailing and surfing along the Pacific coast down to Mexico, sharing it all in their sailing vlog.
What are you most excited for?
Being alive.
They covered 3,000 nautical miles on the ocean, but have recently set anchor back in the Comox Valley, where they purchased a new trailer to call home. Kayleen is originally from the area, and Tyler has developed roots of his own, like his friends at the Campbell River Skydive Center. Working at the center allows Tyler to jump as much as possible, something he was doing with 2 friends when we visited. After watching Tyler and the others jump, I was tempted to try myself. So I suited up and put on a parachute. But I still had a few questions for Tyler on the tarmac before we hit the sky. I just watched you do it. I could hear you laughing, coming down, flipping, all that stuff. Tell me, what's it feel like when you're just about to take off from the plane?
Oh, leaving the plane is so much fun. It's my favorite part of watching people do this too. That like fear to like we're doing it kind of thing as you leave the plane is incredible. Yeah, today was great. I haven't been jumping all winter, so it was actually, you know, the excitement can kind of fade off a little bit sometimes. It becomes a job. But today the excitement was there. I love jumping with my friends that I jumped with today, and so it was really good to get back. Spring, start off the season, like that's a good start to the season right there.
We talk so much about like your community and like just meeting your people this week. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
And even today it was just like seeing you guys interact in the air and stuff. It's like I get it a bit more now. And like it's just a blast.
Yeah, it was awesome that we got to like see so many different parts of it too. The snowboard community and the skydive community, you know. It's great that we got to kind of run around and meet a lot of those people, and you got to really see it. And like, we went all in the last couple of days this is it, this is my world. And yeah, it was really fun.
You told me you're a great salesman.
Yeah.
So for all the people who are going to be watching this and they're thinking, should I ever skydive? What do you say to those people?
Dude, everyone's got to try it once. It's the best. I say it to everyone, everyone's got to try it once. Come out, you won't regret it. It's an amazing experience.
With Tyler's sales pitch fresh in my mind, I ran through my pre-dive training.
Your hands just to be out, and once you feel me tap, 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 you can put your arms out and you can fly.
Unfortunately, the wind picked up and the center was forced to call off all jumps.
I just wish we could have got you up there, man.
But you know what? I'll come back. We will get me out.
We got to do it.
Don't worry about that. Tyler, on the other hand, won't be deterred by a little stormy weather. He's faced his fair share. But the 34-year-old has demonstrated he'll keep pushing through. He's also ready to fight for his position on top of the Para Snowboard Cross world as long as he can.
I've ridden this ride pretty hard, this ride of life, and I'm paying for it for sure. So snowboarding, I don't know how long my body can keep up with the rigors of that, but starting to push myself again because I have the target on my back now. Everyone's coming after me. I was just a nobody the last couple seasons, this random guy that came out of Canada that we'd never heard about. Now it's, you know, world champs, Paralympics, and then defending the world championships with another gold this year. Everyone wants to beat me. I'm the motivation for them to push harder because they want to knock me off that pedestal, and so I need to push myself as well.
I was disappointed I didn't get a chance to skydive with Tyler, but I did get a great sense of the community he has built for himself in the Comox Valley. He and Kayleen have surrounded themselves with an inclusive group of adventure lovers, and it was awesome that they let us in. That's all the time we have for this installment of Level Playing Field. Thanks for watching. Host, producer, Greg Westlake. Senior producer, director, Ted Cooper. Director of photography, senior editor, Matthew McGurk. Integrated described video consultant, M. Williams. Supervising producer, Michelle Dudas. Produced by Evergreen Productions. Copyright 2023.
An AMI original production.